What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are on NHL 20 and we are going to be simulating and seeing how EA predicts the career of Jack Hughes will play out. Like I said, we're going to be simulating the entirety of his career, so I'm going to control a Western Conference team and basically try and stay out of the way of the CPU that is controlling the Devils, and we're just going to see how the computer simulates with Jack Hughes. And then year by year we're going to go in and check on his stats and see if he wins any awards. So with all this being said, let's take a look at Jack Hughes going into year 1 and get into his rookie season. Okay, so as you can see, the New Jersey Devils currently have 81 overall Jack Hughes on the second forward line. They have his role as a third line scorer, but have him placed on the second line with Wayne Simmonds and Jesper Bratt. But regardless of that, he is a high elite potential, so he should be a stud in a few years. As for his attributes, he comes into league with 92 deking, 93 acceleration and agility, and overall is looking like a very solid player. Let's see if it's enough to get the Devils back to the playoffs and possibly win the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year. After year 1 with Jack Hughes, the New Jersey Devils finished 4th in the NHL and won the Metro. In the regular season, Hughes put up 18 goals and 40 assists for 58 regular season points. In the playoffs, the Devils fell to Winnipeg though, all the way in the Stanley Cup Finals, and in the Cup run, Hughes put up 6 goals and 4 assists for 10 points. Not a bad rookie season by any means, but now let's see if it was enough for him to win the Calder for Rookie of the Year. And it looks like EA had 2nd overall pick Capo Caco of the New York Rangers as the Calder Trophy winner. Also going into his sophomore season, Jack Hughes is already up to an 84 overall. So after their second season with Hughes, the New Jersey Devils fall off a cliff and finish 23rd in the entire league and 6th in the Metro after losing in the Stanley Cup Final just 1 year prior. As for Hughes, it's an improvement from last year as he put up 24 goals and 41 assists for 65 points, and on top of that, he has gone up 1 more overall and now sits at 85 overall. Year 3 is another disappointing one for the Devils as they fall to 25th in the league and 6th in the Metro again, but Jack Hughes kept his pace from last season as he put up 18 goals and 44 assists for 62 points. Once again, Jack Hughes overall went up and he's now sitting at 87 overall. Also, Jack Hughes finally got his payday and was signed to a 6-year extension by the New Jersey Devils worth $8.5 million per year. Year 4, Devils still suck, and Hughes again has another great year. The Devils finished 20th in the entire league, and for the 3rd straight year, 6th in the Metro again. Jack Hughes had his career best and hit the 70-point mark with 17 goals and 53 assists, and has gone up to an 89 overall. And to no one's surprise, the Devils shit the bed again and finished 29th in the league, but finally break their streak of finishing 6th in the Metro as they finished 7th in their division. As usual, Hughes puts up another amazing season and went up in his overall again. Hughes had his career best with 24 goals and 61 assists for 85 points and is now a 91 overall. With the Devils finishing so low again in the standings, maybe a high draft pick is on the way that can help Hughes carry the team back to the playoffs and turn this whole ship around. Alright, so in year 6, the Devils hit absolute rock bottom and finished dead last in their division and in the entire league. Hughes has a little setback this season with 21 goals and 56 assists for 77 points, and for the first time does not increase in overall and stays put at 91 overall. On top of this, the Devils do finally win something, and that is the draft lottery, and they will pick first in the 2025 NHL entry draft. In year 7, the Devils are slowly making progress as they finish 21st in the league and 6th in the Metro. Again, we see Hughes have another season in the high 70s for points. This year he put up 18 goals and 60 assists for 78 points, and again he doesn't increase or decrease in overall. It seems like the Devils are starting to improve again, and maybe we'll see them and Jack Hughes back in the playoffs in year 8. So after a year of improvement in year 7, the Devils shatter all expectations in year 8 and finish as the best team in the NHL, and sadly fall just 1 game short of the Stanley Cup as they lose in 7 games to the Chicago Blackhawks. In the regular season, Hughes puts up 17 goals and 65 assists for 82 points, and in the playoffs was very solid with 5 goals and 17 assists in 25 playoff games. So in the regular season, Jack Hughes was a point per game player, and in the playoffs kept similar pace. Still no overall change for Jack Hughes, and hopefully the Devils don't fall off a cliff again after losing in the Cup Finals. After a cup run and a President's Trophy win, the Devils drop a few spots in the overall standings and finish 7th in the entire league and fall in round 1 to the Carolina Hurricanes in year 9 with Jack Hughes. As for Jack Hughes, he has his career best and puts up 93 points in the regular season. He had 22 goals and 71 assists and went up 2 overalls and is now at 93. In the playoffs, he put up a goal and 7 assists for 8 points in just 6 games, so not only is Jack Hughes putting up consistent good numbers in the regular season, we're starting to see him as a decent playoff performer as well. So in Jack Hughes' 10th season in the NHL with the Devils, New Jersey finishes 7th in the league again and is once again bounced in the first round. Jack Hughes again breaks his own personal best and sets a new season high with 23 goals and 89 assists for 112 points on the regular season. In the playoffs, he also put up a goal and 4 assists for 5 points in 6 games. As for overall, we see another increase and he is up to 94 now. So in his first 10 years in the NHL, Jack Hughes has a career total of 215 goals, 612 assists for 827 career points in just 879 career NHL games. In year 11, we see a step forward for the New Jersey Devils, but what seems to be a step backwards for Jack Hughes. The Devils find themselves back on the top of the NHL with another President's Trophy win, but for the third straight year, go out in the first round of the playoffs again. Jack Hughes, like I mentioned, had a decent year, but didn't come close to his last few season totals. This year, Hughes put up 23 goals and 62 assists for 85 points. Once again, not bad by any means, but low for his standards. In the playoffs, though, he led the team with 4 goals and 4 assists for 8 points in just 6 playoff games. On top of this, we see Jack Hughes' overall decrease for the first time in his career as he drops 2 overalls to a 92. Alright, so in year 12, the New Jersey Devils do end up finishing in 4th in the entire league, and this time they are eliminated in the second round to the eventual Stanley Cup champion Columbus Blue Jackets. Jack Hughes put up 34 goals and 54 assists for 88 points in the regular season, and in the playoffs put up 7 goals and 13 assists for 20 playoff points. Also, Hughes' overall has gone up by 1, and he's back to a 93 overall. Similar to year 12, the Devils have finished 4th in the NHL once again, but this time the playoffs play out a little bit different. This year the Devils fell in the Eastern Conference Final to the Leafs, and once again we see a bit of a point decrease from Jack Hughes. This season he put up 23 goals and 59 assists for 82 regular season points, and in the playoffs was very productive, putting up 4 goals and 18 assists for 22 points in 18 playoff games. Again, we see a decrease in overall as Jack Hughes falls back to a 92 overall, and also signs a 3-year extension with the Devils for $13.6 million per season. After a few consistent years of making the playoffs, the Devils find themselves once again out of them and finish 20th in the league in year 15. But Jack Hughes comes up with another great season in the first year of his new extension as he puts up 19 goals and 74 assists for 93 points on the year and is back to a 94 overall. Year 15 isn't much of a difference for the Devils in the standings as they finished 19th, but it was a big difference for Jack Hughes as he put up a total of only 72 points. With this low point total and another year of missed playoffs, we see Jack Hughes fall to an 89 overall. For the second straight year, the Devils have finished in 19th place in the NHL, but despite another mediocre season for the Devils, we see Jack Hughes have a huge bounce back season for the Devils as he went on to score 23 goals and 69 assists for 92 points on the season. And with this, we see Jack Hughes shoot back up to a 91 overall and under a new contract with the Devils that's a 4-year $10.9 million extension. For the 4th straight year now, the Devils are finishing in pretty much the exact same place in the standings as they finish back in 20th in the league, and shocker, Jack Hughes has another good season. Hughes finished his 17th year with 14 goals and 76 assists for 90 points on the year. Despite not really any change in production from the year prior, we see Jack Hughes fall 4 overall and is now an 87 overall. Finally, after a 4-year playoff drought, the New Jersey Devils are back in the Stanley Cup playoffs, but this time they finally win the Stanley Cup. In his 18th season with the New Jersey Devils, Jack Hughes finally is a Stanley Cup champion, and on top of it puts up another 28 playoff points, which is enough for him to take home the Conn Smythe trophy as well. After a long-awaited cup ring and the Conn Smythe to go with it, we see the 36-year-old Jack Hughes move back up to an 89 overall. As the reigning Stanley Cup champs, the Devils have themselves a good regular season, finishing 7th, but do not do a good job defending their title in the playoffs, as they're eliminated in just 5 games to the New York Islanders. Jack Hughes puts up another huge season, scoring 27 goals and 75 assists for 105 points on the year. He also adds an additional 6 points in the playoffs as well. Even though he put up another great season and didn't show any signs of slowing down yet, he still decreased in overall and is back down to an 88. Year number 20 for Jack Hughes and the Devils is another good regular season, finishing 9th in the league, but another disappointing playoff run as they lose to the Islanders once again, but this time in the second round. 38-year-old Jack Hughes finished with 20 goals and 63 helpers on the season, good enough for 83 points, but was somewhat quiet in the playoffs, putting up just a goal and 5 assists in 11 playoff games, bringing him down to an 86 overall. Entering the last year of his contract with the New Jersey Devils, the team finishes 9th in the league and are taken out in just 5 games in the first round again by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Hughes put up another good regular season, hitting 86 points and 4 points in 5 playoff games. Now at 83 overall, Jack Hughes has decided to hit free agency and leave the Devils after 21 seasons as he signs a one-year, $8 million deal with the Arizona Coyotes. In his first year with the Coyotes, Jack Hughes helps them finish 5th in the league, but sadly wasn't able to get them past the first round as they fall to Vegas in 7 games. Jack Hughes' first year in a different uniform season put up 14 goals and 48 assists for 62 points and another 5 points in the playoffs as well. With this, Hughes falls to 80 overall, which is his all-time low, and once again decides to hit free agency, where he is signed by the Ottawa Senators for 1 year, $3 million, and what could very much be his last ever contract in the NHL. So after 1 year with the Ottawa Senators, the team misses the playoffs as they finish 18th place, and after putting up 19 goals and 30 assists for 49 points on the season, at 78 overall, Jack Hughes finally decides to hang up the skates and retire. So after 23 years in the NHL, 21 of them with the New Jersey Devils, Jack Hughes finishes off his career with a Stanley Cup, a Conn Smythe Trophy, 483 goals, and 1,373 assists for a total of 1,856 career points, and not a bad career at all for Jack Hughes. So with all this being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you could leave a like, that would be greatly appreciated, as this video took a very long time to make, and I basically wasted my entire NHL 20 trial on this entire video. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.